welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Jessie and I make videos about all things skincare, beauty, and health. And yes, you see my kitchen behind me because this window is just where I get the best light right now. And today I'm reviewing the ever so popular and ever so beautiful Function of Beauty customized skincare line. I'll talk about how it worked for my acne-prone and dehydrated skin, and if I thought the customization was frankly worth the premium price. In case you haven't heard about Function of Beauty before, they first entered the beauty market with hair care products that could be customized to suit your different hair needs, and then they expanded into customizable skincare last October, and they have some products in Target as well. So this video is not sponsored by them, and even though I did get these to try for free, I'm gonna share my honest opinion on them. I've now used the products just about halfway, and let's get into my thoughts. To get started, you first take a quiz on their website to tell them what your skin type is, what your skin goals are, if you like fragrance in your products or not. And when you select your skin goals, you can choose up to 3. And when you hover on each skin goal, it tells you which 2 ingredients will be added to your formula to address those goals. So for example, these were the 3 that I chose. Number 1 was even tone, and the ingredients that went into the product because I chose even tone are kiwi extract, which apparently impedes the concentration of melanin in certain areas, and azelaic acid, which is a gentle acid that gently exfoliates the skin that can help with some post-acne marks. And I have quite a few post-acne marks, mainly along my chin, mainly on this side, and I am breaking out a bit right now and they're kind of drying and like flaking off, so excuse that, but yeah, that's definitely one of my main skin goals that I'm trying to address. The second one I chose was hydrate. The ingredients that went into that are hyaluronic acid, and it says they use 3 different weights of hyaluronic acid, so it penetrates different layers of the skin. And blue-green algae extract, which is kind of a new one for me, and apparently they sourced it in the States, and it's one of the richest sources of antioxidants. And apparently it also is really great at nourishing and moisturizing the skin deeply. The third skin goal I chose was reducing breakouts, which is a given of having acne-prone skin. So the ingredients that went into that are niacinamide, which is a very popular ingredient these days that's in like almost every skincare product I'm seeing these days. And niacinamide is also known as vitamin B3, and it's known to be pretty effective at treating acne-prone skin, just calming inflammation and hyperpigmentation. And it also works really well with the other ingredient, which is salicylic acid, which is also in my products. And salicylic acid is a beta hydroxy acid, which is oil soluble, so it penetrates like deep into your pore and kind of breaks down the oil that's in the pore lining. So it's really good if you have clogged pores, if you have oily skin, or if you deal with breakouts that are caused by clogged pores. When you get your package, it comes with a pamphlet like this that just describes like all the ingredients that went into it and how to use them. And looking through, it looks like each of these 6 hero ingredients, so the 6 that I just named, are in all of the products. So the 6 ingredients are in the cleanser, the serum, and the moisturizer, in different concentrations, I'm sure, and I'll get into that a bit later. And you can also choose for your products to be fragrance-free, which is what I did. I'm not particularly sensitive to fragrance on my skin. Like, I don't react to it on my skin, but sometimes if a product is like really strong in fragrance, it can kind of just make me a bit nauseous, and I just don't like using it as much. So I opted for the fragrance-free option. So the 3 types of products that they offer are a cleanser, a serum, and a moisturizer. And now I'm gonna go through each of the products and kind of break it down based on ingredients, texture, and results. So the first product that I have here is the cleanser, and I got the jelly cleanser. It's described as a pH balanced, non-foaming cleanser that leaves skin soft, clean, and supple. And it says you can use it on wet or dry skin, which I've done both. So as far as packaging goes, you get 5 fluid ounces in this beautiful little bottle. It's pretty weighty, like it feels like it has the weight of like a glass bottle, but it's plastic. ASMR. So the thing about this is the pump is not great. I mean, it looks like it'll be fine, but it's actually really small and it doesn't disperse like a lot of product every time you pump it. So I have to pump it like 15-20 times, like really aggressively, to get enough product out, which is a bit annoying. And as for ingredients, it has all of the 6 hero ingredients in here. So the blue algae, the kiwi extract, niacinamide, salicylic acid, hyaluronic acid, and azelaic acid. It has all 6 in here, as well as glycerin, which I find when it's in a cleanser like this, it really helps just to make it like less drying and less stripping. So the name Jelly Cleanser is pretty accurate. That's exactly what the texture reminds me of. If you've used the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, the one in the green label, it's really similar to that, except with this one, I prefer it a bit more. It's just a bit more like thick and jelly-like, whereas the CeraVe is a bit more watery. And when you massage it, it just feels really nice, like it kind of cocoons your skin. You can feel it really hydrate your skin, and it rinses clean. I also really like to wipe it off with a warm washcloth to gently exfoliate, and the texture of this makes it really great for that. So spoiler right from the get-go, this was my favorite product out of the 3. It left my skin really clean, really soft, and not dry at all. I've used it both as a morning cleanser and a second cleanse at night. So in the morning, just to remove like the oil and the products from last night, and at night I would first use like a micellar water to remove like any makeup or sunscreen, and then go in with this, and it was fine. I definitely prefer it as a morning cleanser though. I just think that the texture is a bit better for that. Now moving on to the serum, which is so cute. So the serum is described as having a gel to powder technology that glides on effortlessly and sinks in really nicely into the skin. It says to apply about half to a full dropper on your skin after cleansing, patting it in without rubbing too hard, and letting it dry completely before sealing it in with the moisturizer. And it's for morning and night. So for packaging, you get 1.2 fluid ounces in this bottle, and it has a pretty unique like dropper thing. It kind of pops out as you twist it. So it has the highest concentration of the hero ingredients out of the 3, which makes sense because serum is usually the product that people like to rely on to get the most benefits from their active ingredients, and that's because the texture of it and the way it's formulated, it just penetrates deeper into the skin. So the texture is super light and watery, and it does soak into the skin pretty easily, and it's pretty similar to other hyaluronic acid serums I've tried. Like, it's really light. I don't really know about the powder finish that they describe. I definitely wouldn't say it dries down and it feels like powdery. I think what they're trying to say is it doesn't feel like sticky or tacky after it dries, which is true. I wanted a hydrating serum, so I definitely wouldn't want it to feel like dry and powdery after it dries. Just feels like your skin, like it just feels like you don't really have anything on it, which if you have oily skin, I think you would love that. But honestly, in the winter right now, it did feel like not hydrating enough for me. It was just okay. I honestly didn't notice anything major with the serum even after using it for more than a month. It didn't do anything bad for my skin, like it didn't burn or break me out or anything like that. But I've just tried serums that were way better and delivered the kind of results that I wanted. With this, like, I don't really know if it did anything for me. Now moving on to the lotion. The custom moisturizer they sent me was their lotion formula, and I think that's because I said my skin was combination. If you tell them your skin is dry, you will likely get a cream formula that comes in a little tub. The lotion is described as a fast absorbing moisturizer that's versatile enough to be used in all seasons. But I will say, as someone who lives in Canada and where the winters are really cold and dry, I wouldn't say it's great for all seasons. For packaging, you get 1.5 fluid ounces in this product. Ingredient wise, it also has all 6 hero ingredients, in addition to some hydrating and nourishing ingredients like glycerin, vitamin E, and sunflower seed wax. The texture is pretty lightweight and it soaks in really easily into the skin. It's like pretty creamy but not thick. I know I keep comparing things to CeraVe products, but I think it's just because it's a really accessible skincare line and a lot of people have tried it at this point. So this lotion honestly is really similar to the CeraVe moisturizing lotion, which is the one in the blue label that comes in the pump packaging. The result, it was really nice. I enjoyed using it. It was my second favorite product out of the three. So it's cleanser, the moisturizer, and then the serum. It left my skin pretty comfortable for the most part, unless I was having a day where my skin was just feeling particularly dry. In the last 2 weeks, I over exfoliated and my skin just got really dry and irritated, and I broke out as a result of that. To combat the breakouts, I was using a benzoyl peroxide treatment, which can be pretty drying, and it works really well for my breakouts, but it leaves my skin like pretty flaky and dry and tight. So that was my skin for the past like week or so. So a moisturizer like this definitely wasn't enough. Plus it's winter, so I think this would be perfect for me in the summer where my skin's a bit more oily and just a bit more sweaty overall, and I don't need as much moisture. So now that I've broken down each of the three products, let me get into the pros and cons for the whole line. So let's start with the positives. I will say, of course, I think it's great that it's customizable. So if you really like a certain ingredient, you can hand pick them and put them into your products. For example, if you've been looking for a serum that has hyaluronic acid and salicylic acid and it's fragrance free, you can get that, and you don't have to search far and wide looking at a bunch of ingredient lists to see which drugstore product or which Sephora product has all of those ingredients. I think it's a fun experience doing the quiz and telling them everything about your skin and then feeling like these products are made just for you. I think it's just a nice experience. I like that you can opt to have them fragrance free for those who have really sensitive skin. It's a pretty easy one-step process. You know, you do the quiz, and then if you choose to get all three products, you have a full skincare routine, and you don't have to go on one website to get the cleanser you like, and then another website to get a serum, and then go to the drugstore to get your moisturizer. It's just kind of all there for you. All you really need to add is a sunscreen for the morning. So those are the pros. And let's go into the cons, which is a little bit longer. And the first thing I want to talk about is the price. And with price, I just want to start by saying like what's worth it to me and what's affordable or not affordable to me might be completely different for you, and that's fine. But in my opinion, I found these to be pretty expensive for what they actually do. You're definitely paying a premium price for the branding, for the customization of these products. But when it comes down to it, for me, the formula is what really matters. And I just wasn't 100% convinced that the formula was worth the price for me. But again, some people really care about, you know, the look and feel of the products, and that's fine. Maybe that will be completely worth it for you. But let me just break down the prices of each of these products and how much they cost as a bundle. So individually, the cleanser is $25 USD, serum is $50 USD, and the moisturizer is $45 USD. If you bundle all three of the products and you get all of them, the website shows that it's $99 USD, and Function of Beauty pretty much always has some sort of 20% sale going on. Right now, when I tried to like look up the prices, it showed me $79 USD for all three products. So for my Canadian friends, that's about $100 Canadian, pre-shipping, pre-tax, for these three products with all the promos applied. And I'm also taking into account the size of the products. I keep comparing these to CeraVe products because it's, you know, fragrance free, pretty simple formulations. And obviously CeraVe products are a drugstore find, and the value you get is way better. Yeah, I also don't think you need to spend a lot to get a good cleanser and a moisturizer. And serums are usually where I like to splurge or invest a little bit more. But like you heard, the serum was actually my least favorite product out of the three, which kind of makes the line like not worth it for me. That being said, this is a really nice, like experiential, just like beautiful skincare line. And honestly, I would 100% give it as a gift to a friend who's like getting into skincare or really likes to try new products. You know, if you have a general sense of somebody's skin type or kind of what they're looking for in products, I think these would make beautiful gifts. They come in a really nice box, and it's just a great like experience, treat yourself kind of thing. So yeah, I definitely see myself giving this as like a Christmas present or a birthday present. Number two, some of the packaging is not that great. So it's really just the cleanser. Like, I just found the pump wasn't very functional. And for the amount you're paying, I definitely expect the packaging to be functional as much as it is really pretty to look at. And the third one, and I think this is just like me really caring about the formulas, it's still a little bit unclear the concentration of the hero ingredients in each of the products. For example, salicylic acid tends to work best in concentrations of like 0.5% to 2%. And in my experience with azelaic acid, I have the Paula's Choice one. So that one is like a 10% concentration, and even then, like, it's not irritating. Like, that seems to be a pretty good concentration for that ingredient. But I noticed in these formulas, the azelaic acid is pretty like low on the ingredient list, which tells me there's like not a lot of it. So yeah, it's unclear like what percentage of the product is actually the active ingredient and what that kind of balance looks like. And also, because each of the product has all 6 ingredients, like I kind of want to question, like, wouldn't that be really irritating to have like a serum that has all these ingredients and then layer on a moisturizer that has the same, like, all of those ingredients? Like, wouldn't that be a bit too much? And because, my skin hasn't reacted in a negative way, that tells me the concentration is probably on the lower side. In a nutshell, the line is beautiful and really, really nice. The experience of handpicking your own active ingredients is really fun. You definitely pay a premium for that. And for me personally, I think I get similar results, if not better, with products that are a bit better value. If you've tried this line, please let me know what you think, especially if you have like a very different skin type to me. I'd be curious to know if some of their other formulations are just like incredible. I'm also curious about their hair care products, especially their shampoo. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!